Hello my strong friends, welcome back to another video. Today I'm taking your questions and I'm answering them. It's a Q&A video. This video is supposed to be uploaded on Thursday, but I make squats. I upload every Tuesday and Thursday unless I don't upload on Thursday. So unfortunately this video is coming a little bit late, but I hope you guys don't mind, and I think it'll be fun to just catch up, say what's up, say hello, hi, answer your questions. So in the last week's video, I talked about winning the bodybuilding.com spokesmodel search. Really exciting stuff. A couple of you had some specific questions about that. I didn't get that many questions about it, so apparently you guys don't have many questions on it. That's okay. There were a couple of common questions that I got throughout it. One was, and I think this is a lot of people are wondering this question is from Naomi Jean, and she's wondering, why did bodybuilding.com opt out of the stage portion of the spokesmodel search this year? The spokesmodel search has been going on for a while, and usually they would have the entire process that we went through, except the finalists, so the 10 that went to headquarters, would only be there for a few days, and then they would be there for a few days, kind of go through their whole interview process, and then a couple weeks or a bit of time would pass, and then they would go to the LA Fit Expo and do a competition, like a bodybuilding competition. So I don't think that in the past that really weighed that much on the final competition, but it would end at the LA Fit Expo on stage. Everyone would be for the most part in bikinis or in like board shorts or whatever kind of bodybuilding apparel they wear, and they would announce the winner there. Bodybuilding.com did not do that this year. I'm not exactly sure the reason why. For me, that was pretty exciting because I was terrified about that portion of the contest in particular, but they just changed it. They did offer money this year, so the 10K was something that wasn't offered last year, so they're always switching it up, and this year they decided not to do the competition. Again, that's something that I was excited about. I don't know if they are going to bring it back in future years, but this year they just decided not to do that. Victoria Renfro asks, how did it feel when you won the spokesmodel search? Can you describe that moment? Congrats, girl. Thank you so much. That moment in particular, I was very nervous when we were all standing together. All the girls and I were standing together. We were like holding hands and hugging, and it was really sweet. And immediately when I found out, I kind of just like sunk and collapsed. I was envisioning hearing my name being said from the point I submitted the entry. So I was like feeling that feeling. I was trying to like feel those happy feelings of winning and like trying to like envision myself winning and what I would do, but I immediately just like sunk and lost control of my body. Luckily I had all the girls there who like immediately gave me a hug to congratulate me, so that was nice. They like kept me up. But yeah, I felt like, yes, we did it, you know, and I did feel like the win wasn't just for me, it was for to represent that strength athletes can come to bodybuilding.com, and also maybe a door is now open for strength athletes to have more of a presence on bodybuilding.com, and women especially to have more of a presence, and not just like I'm a bikini competitor, I'm training for physique goals, which are totally valid. I've seen a couple people maybe just like a couple people misinterpret my platform, and that's my fault if I didn't explain it well enough. I do not hate bodybuilders. I think any sane person would hear me speak and, you know, look at what I've done in the past and not come to this conclusion, but of course people are gonna kind of hear what they want to hear. I totally respect the sport of bodybuilding. I think that should go without saying. I did a bikini show when I was first getting started into my fitness journey, and I think that is a mistake that a lot of women make, is just hopping right into a bikini show or even a figure show, or just a show where they're getting on stage without having enough time training. And yeah, that is just something that I think I can work with bodybuilding.com to help avoid for future women who are looking to the site, so that they can look and see the other options. Now, if that's something that your heart is set on and that's something that you like need to do, then I think by all means you should do it. That's what I did. I do think that it resulted in some negative side effects, or had negative consequences to me in my personal fitness journey, and I know that that happens. That's very common. Women just don't, or people who do this, who just jump right into a bodybuilding show, are immediately putting their bodies in a position where they're literally being judged, and that is not the most healthy environment for someone who is just getting started to be in, regardless of if they're successful or not in that particular discipline. So I think that a bodybuilding show, and if we're to take it seriously and respect the sport of bodybuilding, we should approach it by having steps that get you to that point, not having that be like an entry point to the fitness world. So I hope that that makes sense. I love the sport of bodybuilding and I find it fascinating. I think bodies are beautiful, especially on stage. I am just so impressed and so astounded. I always try to be really respectful of people who have different fitness goals than mine, and I don't think I've ever like shamed anyone for their choices in their own fitness journey or their choices in their own discipline or sport. So if that ever came across that I didn't like bodybuilding or ever bashing bodybuilding, that's totally not my intent. I respect it so much so that I don't think it is a beginner sport, a sport that people should be able to just, it does not have a low barrier to entry. The barrier to entry should be a bit higher, so that we are respecting the people who choose that sport. I hope that that makes sense. I just don't think it's like a beginner friendly thing to do. And I think we should educate people on bodybuilding.com about that. Yeah, and I think bodybuilding.com is also moving into that direction and creating content that is more inclusive for people in general and general population, people who maybe have no interest in bodybuilding. But when people like drink the Kool-Aid of their fitness journey, they're like, what I gotta do is get on stage. I don't think that's always the case, and I would love to help re-message and also just provide a different option. So maybe you want to celebrate a big event in celebration of your fitness journey. It doesn't have to be a bodybuilding show or physique show or a judge of your physique at all. Maybe that's something after a few years of training you think about doing. Because I think to be really successful in that sport, you should have more experience training, more experience with nutrition, not just be your first step into this world. Okay, did I ramble? This video's already really long. Okay, moving on. JK Nant comments, "You're a meme on G-Meme's Facebook page." Not a question, I realize, but I have to show you guys this and kind of explain my least favorite thing about doing what I'm doing, my least favorite thing about the fitness industry. This is kind of like, maybe it's not my least favorite thing about the fitness industry as a whole, but online stuff, fitness, whatever, you will see. Look at this meme. Now, you guys know me. Do you think that I would ever say or endorse anything like this? Girls, don't date a guy who can't outlift you. Don't date a guy. There's so many. Don't date a guy who cannot outlift you. Okay. I hate this. One, this meme account who sells their own products. This was originally posted by Powerlifting Motivation, and I told them, take this down. So this is using my likeness and my logo to branded with someone else's logo. So you can see me there with wearing my Strong Friends shirt, and then there's the Powerlifting Motivation logo in the corner and then a meme on top of it with their website on it. So completely ignoring that who this person is, me, and I have my own business and merch that is a competitor to this specific company, made a meme that says, girls don't date a guy who cannot outlift you. I disagree with that completely. I think I have plenty of friends who just found lifting, like stumbled upon lifting, and their partners are totally not interested in lifting. that is fine. Those are happy relationships, and if I don't think you have to have everything in common with your partner, and I definitely don't think, especially because there's a lot of strong women out there, I don't think that you need to subscribe to this idea that the guy should be stronger than the woman and the woman should be like smaller than the man, the woman should be shorter than the man. Those are very, very dumb ideas. Those are very, very immature and very short-sighted things to subscribe to. I, of all the things, hate this. Thank you for letting me know. Gym Memes is a huge account, and I've started commenting on this post, and like even on the post there's people just lying. They're like, yeah, Meg Squat's boyfriend can't outlift her, that's right. It's like, okay, well, first of all, that's not true, and second of all, who cares? It's just a really stupid, immature idea, and an idea that is made by guys who are kind of strong. The strongest men that I know would never say anything like this, and also if they had a woman who was stronger than them, they probably would just give her props and like be totally fine with that. So this may be a like strong meme, very, very weak mindset, very sexist. I hate that someone made this. I hate powerlifting motivation. I've had several instances where they've done something like scrubbed a picture of mine and then like put some dumb idea on it, and I'm just like, I don't agree with this. If you guys would make something that was like somewhat empowering to women, or something that like wasn't stupid, then I would like sort of be okay with you doing something like this. But it's just like they take a picture of me and just say like the opposite thing to what I would actually say, and that is infuriating because I work really hard to like spread my message, and I work really hard to just not be a bag, and this is very, very ignorant, I think. Okay, that's my rant. Thanks for letting me know about that. Almost_Hulk says, what to do if I'm the opposite of thick girl, more like skinny and frail? Is it even reasonable to powerlift? Because people literally say something to me like, that is not your sport, go to CrossFit or switch to running. Should I try to bulk? Is there some kind of optimal ratio of height and weight of the athlete which helps to lift more? Really, really good question. I always tell people there is a weight class for everyone. And just because you may not look like the best lifter in your class or the rest of the girls in your class, if you fit into that weight class, that's the weight class for you. And yeah, none of us are built, well, very few of us are built to have the most optimal physique for what we do. That's just genetics. Unfortunately, some of us are blessed to be good at powerlifting. Some of us are blessed to be good at volleyball. But I mean, are you really approaching the sport in the manner to where you're thinking, I'm gonna go to Worlds, I'm gonna be the best powerlifter in the world? If you are, then you may want to consider your genetics and your genetic potential in that manner. But if you like lifting and you just wanna compete, I don't see a problem, and I don't think that you should limit yourself based on how your body is shaped naturally. Of course, being taller does make things harder. It makes it so that the range of motion is just longer, but you also have some benefits as well. Maybe your arms are really long and you can, that is a benefit to deadlifting. So don't listen to other people. Other people are gonna say like, oh, you're not made for this or you're not made for that, but who cares? I don't care. Do you care? I mean, if you want to do it, then do it. If you're really tall, strongman, maybe you're more suited for, so that way you're still like doing a strength sport. But there are powerlifters of all shapes and sizes. Just go to a meet, go to a big meet, a national meet, USAPL nationals, and you'll see people of all shapes and sizes. Of course, being shorter is somewhat of an advantage, but it's also a disadvantage. Like, it's just squatting, benching, and deadlifting. No one was really made for it. It's a made-up thing that we decided we were gonna come together and do. Next question comes from the cutest powerlifter I've ever seen, Happy Luma. She asks, if you and Ryan had a child, what sport would you teach them first? snowboarding, skiing, powerlifting, Oli lifting, CrossFit, or basketball? I think that's a really good question. I will say, I believe Ryan started skiing when he was like 3 or 4. He was like a little tot, and it's the most adorable thing when you see the little tiny tots on their little skis. Oh my god, it's so cute. And you see him going up the chairs, and I'm just like, what are you doing? I don't even know how to snowboard. But anyway, actually, so you list a few sports on here. I think I will get my kids into swimming and gymnastics first. I think those will be overall good sports for them to learn good proprioception, learn how to move their bodies, maybe learn how to get some cool tricks. And also swimming is great for like upper body development, and it's good on the joints. It's not really taxing on their joints, and it'll make them really tired, so when they get back from swim practice, they'll just go to sleep. Just kidding on that part, but I will probably get them into those 2 sports first. Natalie Rosecco asks, what are the first few steps to making your personal training business successful? Thanks for being a strong woman. Thank you. This is a good question. I know a lot of my friends have gone into talking more about the business side of what they do. For me, I'm not so passionate about talking about that side, but I will just try to quickly and somewhat eloquently let you know the answer to this question. My point in saying that is there are definitely people who have studied this and have better responses. I would suggest know your client, right? Know who do you want to work with. For me, I want to work with women who are interested in strength, alternative fitness, and who are cool. That's it, right? So I want to make sure, and the reason that I want to define who this is I want to make sure that I'm talking to them. Essentially, I'm trying to talk to me a few years ago at the beginning of my fitness journey. I'm trying to convince that girl who I was, hey, try this, you know, have you ever thought about this? So I have a very clear picture of who that person is in mind, and so it helps me create videos like this, and it helps me talk to my audience in a way that is very true to me, and I try to just pretend I'm talking to me a couple of years ago. So define who that person is. Maybe you prefer to work with older clients or even younger clients, and maybe you prefer to work with someone who is totally not like you a few years ago. I would just say define that person and figure out who you're talking to, and that will help you brand accordingly and market accordingly. And when I say market, like, I guess we could use this video is like a marketing piece, right? To help inform people more about fitness and my perspective on fitness, so that maybe some of you are watching this and saying, oh, she's cool, maybe I'll think about following her on Instagram, or maybe I'll think about working with her on her next project. You know, that's like the goal, really. But yeah, just define who you're talking to. And then second would be, if you can build a team, do it quicker than what I have. I'm just now starting to work with other people and bring them in. Of course, it takes a little bit of money, but I wish I would have done it sooner. And then I'll give you another tip. Again, not the best person to do this. Just be yourself. Is that lame? Yeah, just be yourself, because you don't want to attract a person who isn't going to like you for you. I don't want to work with someone, for instance, a couple of years ago, or like last year, I wrote an email out to my email list, and it said, make 2017 your bitch. I mean, I didn't think it was offensive, but there was one person who responded and thought that that was really offensive. And to be honest, I don't want to work with a person who's going to think that. And that's totally cool. I'm just not the right person for them. So if I tried to think about like, oh, who is this gonna offend, everything that I wrote or said or did, then I would end up finding clients who weren't like on my team. You know, I would end up finding people who just weren't on the same wavelength as me. And I want to work with people who aren't gonna get offended by that. And I want to work with people who are cool with who I am and aren't going to like nitpick everything I say or do. So yeah, me writing that email, although it probably had an unsubscribe in response to that email was a bad thing because I'm like pushing someone away, but in turn a better thing because I'm pushing away the people that I don't want to work with. People can have their own opinions, that's totally fine. They just don't, that was like her choice not to work with me, right? And I want people to make that choice because I don't want to find a poor fit and then have more problems later on. Okay, well, I think that's the end of this video, guys. I hope that's not super long. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked this video and want to see another, I don't know, tell me what you guys want to see in the next video and I will create it for you. Yeah, and if you like this one, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I post videos every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm gonna post on this Thursday, don't worry. I post videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and I talk about fitness stuff and being strong, being a woman, and growing big biceps. Thanks to Waxman's Gym for this shirt. I bought it, but thanks for letting me come to your gym. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.